This is Lola Lee T. Hey everyone, how are you guys doing? Welcome to my channel. So BlueFace mom Karlissa was on Instagram live venting about what went down at BlueFace court hearing. You know what happened with Chrisean. She spoke on karma coming for the people that called the popo on Chrisean. And I do believe that she came on live to speak about this because fingers are being pointed towards her. Some people are saying that she's responsible and that she is the person that called the popo. So this is what she wrote on her story. She said, "My son and his BM know damn well I ain't called no cops. So if that was your reason for calling them, God will definitely show the world you playing with the right one. And yes, I was called by Bodine before I came to see if they was coming. But I don't understand why Papa Blue couldn't have just taken the baby home and then Marsh could have picked him up from there. Why did he have to put on such a show at the courthouse? Why was he going on like that?"
Now I'm over here suffering migraines. I done had a migraine since the child went to jail yesterday. Who could call the police on a woman with a baby? We gonna find out because the Lord got a funny way of revealing things. We gonna find out who did some shit like that because you a dirty motherfucker. If you called a popo on a woman with her child at a court to see about the baby daddy, oh yeah, that ain't a good look. That ain't a good look inside your spirit. You know what I'm saying? Inside your spirit. Your spirit's foul. You could have called Popo at her football game. You could have called Popo when she at the over her boyfriend house. Whatever she do, you could have called Popo that day. Popo while she with her child. Oh, baby. That's going to come back round on you or your grandkids. Somebody going to get that. That's some dirty shit there. You got to be a dirty motherfucker call Popo on a woman with a child and knowing they about to separate. Oh, baby. That's a dirty motherfucker there. I wouldn't want to be that person. I don't think Jaden got that in her heart. I know she might have called him if she seen her at the if she seen her at the club or she seen her at the grocery store by herself, but with her baby. You know what kind of motherfucker? That's a junkie nigga right there. That's somebody who don't give a fuck about their own kids. That's you gonna find out. That's a dirty motherfucker there, because you gotta be ruthless. You gotta be ruthless to call the cops on a woman with a baby at a courthouse. Right, why would you even go over there? Fucking with them white people. Who goes around police? Who goes around police with an active warrant? Somebody that's obviously there to see about their baby daddy.
Ain't much love in the world.
Ain't that much love in the world. I might have did some dumb shit like that in my 20s.
Yeah, you probably would too.
I'd have ran from their ass. She should have did a football move on their ass and zipped right the fuck on out of there. That's what I would have did. Jaden isn't a snitch. No, Jaden done held a lot of water. I know Jaden ain't no snitch. I doubt very seriously she would have did that. That had to be somebody that wasn't a part of the dynamic, because the people that's a part of the dynamic would have sent Popo to the house. You feel me? Them people would have sent Popo right on to the house. The people in the dynamic would have just sent Popo to the house. That's somebody not in the dynamic. She shouldn't have that much trust in nobody.
I hear what Karlissa is saying here, and I've heard the rumors as well that somebody did call the popo on Chrisean. I don't know how true that is, but at the end of the day, Chrisean knew that she had these warrants. She did say on a few of her Instagram lives that she was taking care of them. So obviously, if she was arrested today, she was not taking care of them, or they were not taken care of. I really don't know what was going on in the background, but I guess the lesson that is learned from what happened was if you have active warrants, take care of them. And at the end of the day, the blame really lays on Chrisean's shoulders for this, because she put, BlueFace ahead of herself when it came to her own legal issues. Here she is paying BlueFace's legal bills when she has all of these warrants that she had to deal with. All right. Also coming on Instagram Live, speaking on those issues. And I really do not think Chrisean had any business going to the courthouse with all of her legal troubles. Those are just my thoughts. We may not all agree, but that's what I think. Okay, so now further into the live, Karlissa talks about Marsh coming to pick up the baby.
Do I have Marsh's number? No, I do not have Marsh's number, but can y'all please tell her she can call me if she need any help or anything she need to go buy or pick up for the baby. Car seat, whatever she need to get. Do she have a bail? I don't know her personal business about no bail. I don't think Wack would have did that because I know this gonna come out of his pocket, John's pocket, which means I'm pretty sure Wack got John's money. I'm pretty sure Wack don't want to have to go pay for something unnecessarily. So that ain't really making good sense either.
I'm also hearing people say that Wack set Chrisean up, allegedly. But here's what Wack had to say in one of his comments. He said, I told her 10 times. She said, Wack, you just don't want me at the court. Nah, I don't want you going to jail. Shaking my head. Hard head makes a soft blank. Next comment, dumb as F. So that's what Wack thinks about the situation.
Because you know John gonna figure out how to get her situated immediately. You don't know Marsh's number, but you said you told Marsh to call you. Marsh got my son's number. You forgot Marsh and my son used to be a thing, so I'm pretty sure she can get my number if she need my number. Y'all be thinking y'all know every fucking thing that go on and y'all don't. If Marsh could call you, if she used to fuck with one of my sons, that means she could get a hold of me. I've had the same phone number for 20 years. Which son? I only have 2 sons, ma'am. And don't y'all start talking about Dre. He had a separation from his wife. During that separation, I think something might have happened with him and Marsh. And that was during the separation. So don't y'all start. Dre is happily somewhere married. Trying to fix his life with the Lord. This is too much stress for him altogether. Glad you went in on his daddy. I mean, I personally don't think if Chrisean wouldn't have left the order for Marsh, I didn't know that at the time. If Chrisean wouldn't have left the order for Marsh to get the baby, I do not believe that Jonathan would have left the baby there. But he did show his ass like he didn't feel like babysitting. And at that point, when the mama and the daddy is in jail, that's not babysitting. That's called grandparenting. So I didn't like his verbiage, so I lost my temper. Because if a motherfucker playing daddy with one of my grandkids and then all of a sudden you really ain't daddy, I'm gonna blow up. And that's what I did. I blew up. Marsh is definitely a prize because she has definitely done had her ass whooped by the sister, the baby daddy. Marsh done been handling her business in regards to her best friend. So she definitely taking the best friend award of the year. I hold all my friends and family to different the different levels and meanings right now based on how Marsh move, okay? Now either she a robot or she a real friend. We gonna find out. Why didn't I take the baby? Because as you know, me and Chrisean are not on the best terms. And I didn't want to overstep my boundaries because if somebody that don't fuck with me touch my baby without my permission, it might be a problem. So I was respecting Chrisean. But if she would have just had to whoop my ass and had a whole nother day of whatever we gonna do, she would have just, her and my security would have had to figure it out if they would have left that baby and talking about they not bringing the baby. Now, if Marsh didn't pull up, or if somebody pulled up that I didn't really trust to take the baby, I just would have had to take my next step. But I was prepared to take my next step. I had already called my husband and told him I might end up in jail today, so get the bail money ready because these motherfuckers is moving weird. They moving weird about my grandbaby. And he did not look slow in person at all. So somebody is doing something with the pictures too. And I told my husband, I said, they moving weird. They moving weird, and if I end up having to take this baby and somebody end up putting their hands on me or doing something weird, it's gonna go down up in this motherfucker today. And he said, please don't go to jail. And I didn't go to jail. I made it home safe. I do still have a headache. But honey, right now, like I told his daddy, he talking about something. I'm up here to see about my son. Your son a grown ass motherfucking man, and you ain't putting $1 on that lawyer. You ain't putting $1 on that lawyer. So although I appreciate you being up here to support your son in front of this judge, I do. I'm grateful that there's a daddy in the room, even though you didn't look like you was the daddy in the room. Okay. I was grateful that he was up there to see about my child. But once the child is in jail and the mama's in jail, that means you the daddy now, you the grandpappy, you not the babysitter. That means step your motherfucking game up. And I don't know if the baby's gonna cry if he don't know people. You know how some kids are, they would, if they don't know people, they might panic. So I'm trying to keep the baby kosher because I know the baby just saw the police, even though he's 9 months, going on a year now. I know he saw the police take his mom away from him. You feel me? Like that was a lot for a baby. So you don't want to move. The person that needs to be with the baby wasn't Marsh, was the granddad, because he lives with the baby. So the baby will be used to him being there and used to him. The baby would just think the mom went to work for a couple days. You know what I'm saying? That was my thought process. Just keep everything regular so the baby don't start panicking. Because I don't care what y'all say. Kids feel shit. Them babies feel shit. And I was just trying to, keep it to, like, if he go with me and my husband, he going to be looking around like, I don't know these people. The last time I held him was November. He was not even a 6-month-old baby yet. And kids feel stuff. I didn't get to see if the baby was crawling, ma'am. He was in his stroller, just kicking his feet, having a good day. Like his grandpa was standing right in front of him. So he felt he was kicking his feet and having a good day. And yes, you gotta pay for it. She's gonna probably come out of this and both of them, hopefully, and mature out of the things, hopefully, because that jail shit scared me straight. Okay, I might splash some water on you, but I ain't fixing to punch you. And back in the day, I would just haul off and punch you. That come from trauma and build up and hurt and anger and pain. And hopefully this will help get that together, because she gonna have to take them classes I took. Them dumbass classes, but them dumbass classes work, y'all. Them anger classes, they dumb in the motherfucker, because you got to keep going and paying for it every week. But they do work. Them exercises and them breathing techniques and count to 10 and wait before you punch somebody, that shit do be working. So she gonna come out of this, they both gonna come out of this moving and thinking differently. That's why I have security now. I just pay the security to come so I don't have to, be going back and forth and getting in jail. If I get too loud with, when I was getting too loud with Jonathan Daddy, I could see that it was making my security uncomfortable. So I didn't need somebody to tell me, my husband would have told me to sit down and shut the fuck up and all of that type stuff. But I could see that the security was getting uncomfortable with my movement. And I didn't want her to not come with me or, not do her job for me. So I've seen how it was making her uncomfortable. So I would go sit down. So security is always a better option, so that they can, either drag you off from doing something stupid, or if it get jiggy, they can handle the shit for you. So I think that's what they gonna need to learn how to do. Sexy Red went to jail for fighting. You see what I'm saying? All that money. She could have hired the lady I hired yesterday, and that lady would have diffused the situation. The lady let me know she don't mind getting active, but her first resort is for everybody to go home the way they came. And I appreciate that. I really do. And Sexy Red might need to get her, one of them security women too. She did an amazing job yesterday. Yes, she did. She didn't say too much. I could just tell from her stance. Okay, you getting hostile. And I just sat the fuck down. Y'all seen me when that lady came over there and stood by me like, I got you, ma'am. But if this ma'am jump up, it's best for you to sit down, is what I read from her energy. So I went on and sat my ass on the bench like Rosa Parks. Marsh looked mad getting the baby. She looked like she probably was. She probably is like, why is both the grandparents here and I got to get up and run up here? And the man live at the house. So her energy probably was like, why couldn't he just bring the baby home and I get the baby later? You know what I'm saying? She probably was feeling away.
All right, so you guys heard what Karlissa had to say. Definitely let me know your thoughts. And please, guys, please be respectful to each other in the comment section. You guys are not always going to agree with each other, but like I said, please be respectful of each other. And thank you guys very much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if you got any hot tea for me, message me on Instagram. I love you guys. Bye.